Angraini. So here I will explain you about this slide. So translation of literary passage. The translation is to be written or read aloud. Literal translation is not necessary as long as the meaning is accurate. The passage is to include some specific vocabulary and grammatical structures that are to be studied afterward. So the passage chosen is literary, which is considered superior to spoken language. The aim is to develop translation skills. In this case, the students are considered successful learner if they can translate well. The next slide, reading comprehension strategy questioning. So questioning is a reading strategy that is taught to students to help them engage with the text. It helps the reader to clarity what he or she is reading or better understand the text. Asking good questions is a way for students to monitor their own comprehension while reading. So as we teaching most things, it's helpful to start with the concrete and move toward to abstract. A great first activity to use when introduction and questioning strategy is called "What's in my bag?" To use this activity, you will first need to place an ordinary object into a paper bag. This item could be a comb, toothbrush, a pencil, and it need to be something that student will be able to guess. Show students your bag, but not the item in the bag. Invite students to ask questions about the item in your bag. Encourage students to ask open-ended questions to gather clues. Example: what is the item used for? Where do you use it? Rather than there, is it an apple? So students will realize that they will get a better understanding of what the object is if they ask this open-ended question instead of just randomly trying to ask what the object is. So connect this activity to real reading. When we ask a good question or thinking about something is a refined and chance, finding answer to our question often lead to even more question, which leads to deeper understanding. For example, in the "Where is my bag?" activity, a student will change their next question based on their previous question. In reading, an answer to one of our questions can decide what our next talk or question might be. Asking questions helps students engage with the text. So that's it. Thank you. Just randomly trying to ask what the object is. So connect this activity to real reading. When we ask a good question or thinking about something is a refined and chance, finding answer to our question often lead to even more question, which leads to deeper understanding. For example, in the "Where is my bag?" activity, a student will change their next question based on their previous question. In reading, an answer to one of our questions can decide what our next talk or question might be. Asking question helps students engage with the text. So that's it. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Lia Angelina. I'm from Group B. And I will explain about antonym and synonym. Antonym is the word or phrase that means the opposite or nearly the opposite of another word or phrase. Synonym is the word or phrase that means the similar or nearly the similar meaning of another word or phrase. Strategies for answering antonym question. First, think of a context for the stem words. And before looking at the choices, use the antonym for the stem words. And read all the choices before deciding the word further in meaning to the same word. And last, look at the option words to determine the word's part of speech. Cognates. Cognates are words from different languages that have similar spellings, pronunciation, and meanings. For example, the word accident in English is very similar to the word accident in Spanish. The spelling and pronunciation of both words are similar. In fact, there are about 20,000 Spanish and English cognates. Pair students and give each pair a set of cognates cards. One card has the English cognates and the other has the Spanish cognates. For example, in English, family; in Spanish, familia; in English, center; in Spanish, centro; in English, radio; in Spanish, radio; in English, class; and in Spanish, class; and in English, dessert; in Spanish, deserto; in English, magic; and in Spanish, magia. And
Number 5, a deductive approach involves the learner being given a general rule, which is then applied to specific language examples and unilateral practice exercise. An inductive approach involves the learners detecting or noticing patterns and working out a rule for themselves before they practice the language. And the next, number 6, fill in the blank. Another common type of question is the fill in the blank item. In the sample test, part 5 include these items that are often found in assessment of grammar and vocabulary, while they do require students to produce language which is different from multiple choice question. They are rather inauthentic in terms of language use.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Nella Khafiza from English Education. Okay, in this video, I want to tell material about memorizing. In the times of the ancient Greece and Rome, the purpose of memorized techniques was to compensate for the scarcity of recording media, or even their complete absence, in which case memory techniques were supplemented with repetition techniques for permanent memorizing. While use word in sentence techniques, sentence example, the Polytechnic Institute in 90 acquired for the privilege of conferring the degree Doctor Technical Sentence.